Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an original book tag, and it is going to be a Taylor Swift tag based off of her album Midnight's 3 a.m. So I have a line from each song that I used to create a prompt, and then I have a book that goes with that prompt. So please join in with me. If you do any of my original tags and you let me know that you've done them, I will create a playlist that has everyone who's done that tag, and I will include your video in it. So that's a little fun side thing that happens if you do one of my original tags, just saying. But anyway, so the first one I have is Lavender Haze. The only kind of girl they see is a one night or a wife. I'm gonna end the prompt is a book with a one-night stand, and I went with Twisted Perfection by Abby Glines. So this starts when the character goes into town. She's like at a gas station or whatever. She has this one-night stand with this random dude. Then she gets to the town that she was actually trying to go to and finds out that he's her new boss. It was really good. I like it. Also, definitely lots of mental health rep in this one. She is very, very traumatized. She's got some PTSD going on. She like zones out and disassociates sometimes, so it might be a tough read for some readers, but I really enjoyed it. Number 2, Maroon. And I wake up with your memory over me. A character whose ex who you loved, so an ex that you actually liked. You would have been fine with them being together. All right, so it's a spoiler because it is an ex. And I don't even know that they become an ex in the first book. It might be the second book that they become an ex. So I'm going to be spoiling a book by Amanda Hawking. All right? That's your clue. I'm going to tell you the name now. When the hand goes down, I will have been done. So the book is switched by Amanda Hawking. And now I'm going to tell you the character name. Finn. Okay? I really, really, really wanted them to be together. I did. I really wanted them to be together. Number 3, Anti-Hero. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem, it's me. A character who is the reason for all of their problems. Now, I pretty much can guess what Monty B is going to respond, and my response is the same, and that is Victor Frankenstein. Okay, yes, Victor Frankenstein. He created Frankenstein, and then Frankenstein didn't like being created because he was abandoned right away, left to his own, and became evil and enacted his revenge against Victor and everyone close to Victor. So, yeah. Then we've got Snow on the Beach. I've never seen someone lit from within. A character who lights up the room. Jen from the Grey Wolves series by Quinn Loftus. Also, Stargirl. Both of those characters definitely light up the room. Number 5, you're on your own, kid. Yeah, you can face this. A character who has to learn to survive on their own. I'm going to go with Felix from the Once series by Morris Gleitzman. This is taking place like right before the height of World War II, and it takes you all the way to the end of World War II. And it starts by following a 10-year-old boy, and it goes all the way until he's like 16. And it even goes to when he's like 80 years old, and there's this forest fire when he's with his grandchild. So you get to see like a little bit of the entire life of this character. It is just so good. Oh my gosh, everyone needs to read it. And all of the books are like 240 pages maybe each. So yeah, it's a middle grades that goes into young adult. It's just a really good series. Midnight Rain. All of me changed like midnight. A character with amazing character arc. Positive or negative. So it could be a good character arc or a negative character arc. So I'm going to go with Eden from The Way I Used to Be. This is a story about the life of Eden after she is assaulted. As like, I think she was 13 or 14, and all of her high school years. So yeah, it shows her negative character arc after the events of that. She went from being like the quote unquote good girl to like doing drugs, being super promiscuous, getting into some trouble that she shouldn't have got into. but it's like a realistic show of how some people cope with the aftermath of that. And then I'm also going to go with Triss, who had a positive character arc. So she started kind of not really knowing her place in the world, and then she finds it and becomes a confident character, whereas she had a lot of insecurities in the beginning of the book. So really liked her in Divergent. Then we have number 7, question. Did you ever have someone kiss you in a crowded room and every one of your friends was making fun of you? A presumable forbidden romance that people eventually accept. I am going with April and Mitch from Well Matched. They have a 10-year age gap. He's 30, she's 40. So some people might think it's a little funny looking at them, but they are honestly like the best couple ever. He is this gym teacher, and like, so he likes kids and everything, and then he's helping her renovate her house so that she can move out. Because she's like, you know what, I got pregnant right out of high school. I've been raising my daughter as a single mom. I feel like this town has always judged me for like not having a man and being a bit of a recluse. So she hasn't really connected with anyone there. And so she's wanting to leave and kind of pursue the dreams that she had before she had her daughter. But yeah, amazing, amazing book, amazing series. I like all of the Jen DeLuca books that I've read. So I will definitely be continuing with Well Traveled, which I actually won a Goodreads giveaway for a physical copy, even though I don't own any physical copies of the rest of the series. I don't care. I wanted the 4th one because I'm going to read it. Number 8, Vigilante S word. I don't cuss. So Vigilante, beep. Don't Get Sad, Get Even. A book with a revenge plot. Mr. Malcolm's List. This is all about a girl who feels like she's been scorned by Mr. Malcolm, who has a list of criteria for the woman that he will marry, and she does not fit the bill. So she winds up enlisting her best friend in faraway town to come to London, spend the season with her, get Mr. Malcolm to fall in love with her, and then break his heart by presenting him with a list that he does not meet the qualifications for. Very, very good book. There's also a movie adaptation, and they did it kind of in the style of Bridgerton, where they took a book that had no diversity and then they made it a diverse cast. So if you like it when they do that, I think you'll like the book and then the movie. It was really good. Both of them were good, the movie and the book. Number 9, Bejeweled. Diamonds in My Eyes, I Polish Up Real Nice. A book with makeover moment. The Selection series by Kiera Cass. I mean, come on. You've got like all these girls. And then they do all the makeup stuff, you know. They also do this in the Hunger Games as well, but she didn't really have a very dramatic makeover in the beginning. But yeah, I'm going to just stick with the Selection series because you've got America, who's not really a girly girl, and then they're throwing her in like makeup in these big fancy dresses. So Number 10, Labyrinth. I'll be getting over you my whole life. The character's first love dies. So this is one that is going to be full of spoilers. So what I am going to do is, if you do not want any spoiler, you don't want to know what book it happens in, and you for sure don't want to know which character dies, just go down below, like pause this video, go down below, and find the timestamp for question number 11, which is going to be Karma. Now, if you want to know the book, but you don't want to know the character, then you can stay here and I will remind you before I tell you which characters died so that you're not spoiled. Hopefully that'll work the best for everyone. Okay, so the books where this happens. A Walk to Remember, I Defy You Stars, The Fault in Our Stars, and Divergent. So now I'm going to tell you which characters die, alright? So, in A Walk to Remember, we have Jamie die. So she has cancer, and she dies. So Landon Carter is the one who loses the love of his life. In I Defy You Stars, Hazel is the one you think is going to die because she has cancer, but she doesn't die. Instead, August dies. So Hazel is the one who has left and has lost the love of her life. In I Defy You Stars, I can't remember the characters' names, but the guy dies, the girl does not. And it is a Shakespeare retelling. I didn't really know that. So I wasn't expecting the character to die. I was like, don't you dare kill him. It's also a stepbrother romance, and it was really good. And then we also have Divergent, and Trish dies. This is the reason why I only read the first book in the series, Divergent, because then it got spoiled to me that she dies in Allegiant, and I was like, how am I supposed to get through another 1,000 pages just to get her to her death? Like, I don't want to do that, so I stopped it. But I really do want to read the series, so I need to do that eventually. But yeah, I was sad that she died. God, and I got spoiled so early. Alright, number 11, Karma. Because Karma is my boyfriend. A character who you wouldn't mess with because their boyfriend would kill you. Okay, so these characters are not technically in like a relationship, but like they're in one. If that makes any sense. They might not label it, but they're in one. And I am going to go with a Nej. You would not want to mess with a Nej because Kaz Brekker is going to kick your butt. Alright, we're going to go with that. Number 12, Sweet Nothings. All that you ever wanted from me was Sweet Nothings. A book with hardly any plot that you still liked. Other Birds. I really liked this one. It was super atmospheric. It did have some character development. It had magical realism and ghost and imaginary bird friend. But yeah, there was hardly any plot to it. There was some, but it was more so just character based. So if you want to see if you could ever get into a literary type fiction, I think that this would be a good bridge between like commercial fiction and literary fiction. That's still interesting enough for you to really enjoy it, because I steer clear of literary fiction, but this is like towing that line. And then the second one is going to be Her Dreadful Will. This has some body gore in it. There's a dentist who can literally like make your body decay. And he can also spy on you by stealing your teeth. It was also extremely atmospheric, and there were so many things that could have been done plot-wise that the author chose not to do, which makes me want there to be a sequel. But I still really enjoyed the book, but it is 500-something pages, and hardly anything happens. You just get a lot of character and atmosphere. Number 13, Mastermind, which is like my favorite on the original album, so not including the bonuses. And it is strategy sets the scene for the tale. A character who uses their brain to combat the enemy or predict outcomes. So Katniss uses her brains. We all know that ending scene in the first movie where she has found a way to skirt the announcement that they have made that the rules are changing. So she's found a way to get out of that. Also, she uses strategy throughout the entire game in order to survive and eliminate her components. That doesn't sound right. Components? Competitors? I guess that's what you say. Anyway, she finds a way to outsmart them and take them out of the game without really having to get her hands dirty in like a one-to-one combat situation. Also, another person who's good at strategy, we're going to go with Spy X Family. Yeah. So that... the agent, oh my gosh. So he is prepared for everything when they go into the school. He's brought like 2 outfits for each of them. Like, I really like it. Number 14, The Great War. So now we're getting into the bonus tracks. The Great War. Bloodshed, crimson clover, the worst was over, my hand was the one you reached for. All throughout the Great War. Anyway. Book where people fall in love and fight in a war. The Winner's Curse. I really enjoyed this one. It definitely has a lot of battle scenes. It has a lot of strategy as well. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that. Number 15, Bigger Than the Whole Sky. You were bigger than the whole sky. You were more than just a good time. Oh, you were more than just a short time. I'm getting the lyrics wrong. A huge book. A huge book. I'm going to go with Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. This sucker is a chunker. It's also very atmospheric, very lyrical, kind of like like literary style writing, but for fantasy. Very slow, but enjoyable. She's the only one that can pull off that sort of writing, in my opinion. Yeah. Number 16, Paris. Drew a map on your bedroom ceiling. A romance where the couple follows a map or clues. So I've got a couple for this one. So I've got the Nearest series. Absolutely love this one. It's got pirates and princesses and princes and guards and all sorts of cool romances going on. Then we have got the Ladies' Guide to Petticoats and Piracy. They follow a map. And we've got Daughter of the Pirate King as well. So there you go for those. Number 17, High Infidelity. Drag my feet right down the aisle. A character who really doesn't want to get married. So I'm going to go with The Kiss of Deception. So she literally leaves on her wedding night because she does not want to marry this guy. And then the guy goes after her that she's supposed to marry, as well as an assassin. And she doesn't know who's who. So there's a little bit of a love triangle thing going on there. And then I also have another one that everyone probably already knows about. And so I'm going to put up my hand before I say it. Since this does not take place in the beginning of the series. This is the second book in the series of a wildly popular series. So yeah, here we go. A Court of Mist and Fury. She don't want to get married. She's so nervous. All right, number 18, Glitch. I think there's been a glitch. A book with a messed up AI or a character who believes they're broken. So for the AI, I'm going to go with Illuminae Files by Amy Kristoff, by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. And then for a character who believes they're broken, I'm going to go with Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Number 19, Would've, Could've, Should've. I Fight With You in My Sleep. Characters with PTSD. We're going to go with Feyre and Rhys. I am also going to go with Katniss and Peeta from the Hunger Games. And I'm going to go with Eden from The Way I Used to Be. Number 20. Dear reader, you don't have to answer just because they asked you. A character who doesn't want to talk about the past. Until Friday nights, she's literally selectively mute because of the trauma that she does not want to rehash. She's told the police everything that happened, and she doesn't want to repeat the story again, so she's selectively mute. And it is absolutely amazing. There is a romance. Oh, I need to reread it and continue because the first book was so good. I'm also going to go with Speak. This one has to do with the aftermath of a sexual assault. And then Unwrap My Heart, which has to do with CSA and the aftermath of that, as well as homelessness and a whole bunch of other triggers. So yeah, if you want to know specific triggers, let me know. This is one that I wrote, so obviously I'll be able to tell you what kind of content is in it. If you go onto the Goodreads page and you scroll down, I wrote my own review of it, and my own review of it is literally just the list of trigger warnings. So there's no star rating or anything weird like that. So that has all the trigger warnings on it right there for you to peruse. It's also in the physical book on the first page, but it's not in the ebook because I don't have the file to update that. So I just made the list easy for people to find if you needed it. And I always tell people when I talk about it. All right, and then number 21, Hits Different. So this is the Target exclusive that you can't find anywhere else. Really, really liked this song. It hits different this time. A book that would hit different the second time around. So I'm going to go with the Defy series because you find out that someone has been deceptive. And so once you know that they've been deceptive, the second read will change how you read it. Number 2 is going to be The Red Queen for the same exact reason. Number 3 is going to be City of Glass, and this series has been out so long, I think everyone knows that they're not actually related, so you can ship it when you know it's not incest, right? So that's why I put City of Glass. And then also Shadow and Bone. And the reason why I put Shadow and Bone is because you find out the one guy that people always ship her with, which I still to this day do not understand that ship. Why do people want them together? You find out that he's not great. He's not great, alright? So that might change how you ship who you should wind up with. So anyway, there you go. That is my Taylor Swift tag. I tag all of you watching this, especially the people that I've tagged down below. Please do this tag. Again, if you do it, let me know. I will add you to a playlist for all the people that have done the tag as well. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!